Hello all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will discuss about objectives on fluid dynamics. So I'll be covering objective questions on Bernoulli's theorem and momentum equation and also equations of motion. So coming to the first question, Bernoulli's equation is applicable only for. Remember guys, Bernoulli's equation is based on four assumptions. The first thing is that the fluid is ideal, means the fluid is not possessing any viscosity, and also the fluid is incompressible in nature. It means that the density of the fluid is constant, and also the flow is steady and the flow is irrotational. So out of these four assumptions we can see the first one is the correct answer. Here the viscosity is 0, means we are assuming the fluid to be ideal and also the flow to be incompressible. Next, question number 2. Bernoulli's equation is derived from. Always remember, Bernoulli's equation is derived from Euler's equation of motion. By integrating Euler's equation of motion, we will be getting Bernoulli's theorem. Next, Bernoulli's equation is based on. Bernoulli's equation is based on law of conservation of energy, and that's why Bernoulli's equation is also called as energy equation, wherein the equation states that the sum of all energies across a section is constant. The sum of energies is the algebraic sum of pressure energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy. Next, Bernoulli's equation states that total head across section is constant. Just now, as I was telling you, we have P by rho g plus V square by 2g plus Z equal to constant. So, which means that the summation of three heads is constant across the section. So, P by rho g is called pressure head, V square by 2g is called kinetic or velocity head, Z is called atom or potential head. This you can tell either in terms of head or either in terms of energy. So, you can also tell the equation as the summation of pressure energy plus kinetic energy plus potential energy. So, the answer is constant. Next, which of the following devices does not use Bernoulli's equation as its working principle? We have three devices which are the applications of Bernoulli's equation or which run on the basis of Bernoulli's equation. First one is Venturi meter. Next we have orifice meter, and next we have pitot tube. So Venturi meter and orifice meter both are used for calculating discharge, whereas pitot tube is used for calculating velocity. So out of all the options, which of the following devices does not use means none of the above, because all the three use Bernoulli's equation. Next one, what's the correct formula for Euler's equation of motion? As I was telling you, by integrating Euler's equation of motion we are getting Bernoulli's theorem. So Euler's equation of motion is dp by rho plus v dv plus g dz equal to 0. Just by integrating this, we would end up in Bernoulli's equation. So if you observe this, the first option would satisfy. Yeah, the question is same. So might be it was a repetition. So it is next. The portion of short length which connects converging and diverging sections of Venturi meter is called. So Venturi meter basically consists of three components. We have a convergent, a divergent, and a throat. So this is the convergent, this is throat, and this is divergent. So this part is the throat, which is connecting both converging and diverging part of a Venturi meter. So to determine the pressure of water flowing through this Venturi meter, we connect uh, one the one section at inlet of the pipe and one section at the throat, and these two will be connected to the tappings of a U-tube manometer. Next, pitot tube measures, as told earlier, Venturi meter and orifice meter are used for calculating discharge, whereas pitot tube is used for calculating velocity v. The formula is root 2 gh. If this is the theoretical velocity, if you want actual velocity, then it would be cv into root 2 gh. So velocity is the correct answer. What is the net force acting on a fluid? If it is the sum of only gravity force, pressure force, and the viscous force. Okay, first of all, let me tell you, we have total 5 types of forces in fluid dynamics. Means we consider them into 5 types. First one is gravity force, next is pressure force, next is viscosity force, next is force due to turbulence, and next is force due to compressibility. And the net force is given by the summation of all these forces. Sorry, you take net force as just a second, I'm writing it again. So the net force from Newton's second law of motion, or net force, is generally given as Fg, gravity force plus pressure force plus viscous force plus turbulence force plus compressibility force. Okay, and if you make compressibility force to be negligible, means Fc is absent, then the equation would turn out to Fx equal to Fg plus Fv plus Ft, and this equation is called as Reynolds equation. Okay, and then if the force due to turbulence is negligible, means if Ft is not there, then it is Fp plus Fg plus Fv. So that's what is asked in our question: gravity force, pressure force and viscous force. Such an equation is called Navier-Stokes equation. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Further, if you say that viscous force is also negligible, then we would end up with gravity and pressure force, which is our Euler's equation of motion. Yeah. Next question, you can see if compressibility force and surface tension force are neglected from Newton's second law of motion, which of the equations would result? So if you come back to this equation, if the question was compressibility and surface tension, so compressibility, if you are going to remove, then you would end up with Reynolds equation. Next, momentum momentum stands for mass into velocity. So mass is a scalar, but velocity is a vector. So when you multiply both, the resultant would be a vector. Next, the equation for impulses. So impulse is the product of force and time taken. So it's the force acting in a very short duration, but whose impact is more. That you call as an impulse. And impulse is given by the first formula, which is F into dt is equal to m into dv. So we have the formula of F is equal to m into a, Newton's second law of motion, but acceleration is rate of change of velocity. So from here I can write F as m into dv by dt. So from here we can write F into dt equal to m into dv, but when mass is constant. So from here I can write F into dt as d of mv. So m into v is your momentum. So this is impulse. So this is the first one. This equation is called as impulse momentum equation. What's the SI unit of impulse? I told you impulse is force into the time taken. So this is Newton and time is second. So Newton second is the unit. And next one, what is the SI unit of momentum? Momentum is mass into velocity, as I've told you. So SI unit of mass is kg, velocity is meter per second. So the unit is kg meter per second. So first one is the correct answer. That's all is with this video. Hope you all understood. Thanks for watching.